Hey guys, how are we doing today? And welcome back to another episode of the automation campaign. In the last episode, I believe we replaced the Veteretta and the Regale with new models, and to get prepared for the 80s. Now, what we're going to be doing in this episode is pretty much preparing ourselves completely for the 80s. We want to try and really push the company forward in the 80s and hope to try and sell as many cars as possible. So, what's coming soon? Let's have a look. So soon we'll have single point fuel injection, and then after that multi-point fuel injection. Now I don't think we're going to be using multi-point fuel injection for a while. It wouldn't make much sense to put it in for another 5 years after it's released, because I mean we'll have single point fuel injection. We don't want to immediately skip to the next one just after a couple years. Just a couple years after we've developed putting the fuel injection into this vehicle. But what we are going to do is we're going to put some money into turbos. So we'll have some extra years on the turbo. And what we're going to do is we're also just going to put some points into everything, I think. So we'll just put some points into everything. So everything's around 50,000. We can afford it, so let's take a look. So we can... There you go. Everything's about 50,000 now, or 100,000 if you're talking about aspiration, but we want to get the aspiration as soon as possible. As soon as we're done with aspiration, we can take that back, but for the time being, I just want to push some tech forward. Now, in terms of bodies, what sort of bodies have we got coming up? So what bodies do we have? So we have these bodies now, and honestly, none of them interest me all that much. If we are going to do a replacement to the Sposter, we have this van body here, which I will most likely use. Or, even better, we could use this body. Actually, I think we are going to use this body, the one in 1984. It's a bit smaller than this huge 3.1 meter long van, so if this vehicle sells well, we might do a bigger variant of it, so we'll see how that goes. Now, looking into the future, we are going to do one facelift of the Razzo, or the Ratzo, and then we're probably going to do a replacement with this almost NSX style body. I do quite like it, or even these more sort of short coupe bodies. I feel like that would work out well. And yeah, just doing a little bit of planning for the future, just trying to see where we want to be. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a facelift of the Razzo right now. So then when that comes in, we'll be prepared for the 80s. We'll also do a facelift of the Veteretta and the Regale. So they're only going to be quick ones. I mean, the Razzo might take a little bit longer because we want to put it back in style with the Veteretta and the Regale. But these two vehicles aren't going to have a huge overhaul in terms of design. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to redesign the Razzo, and I'll be back with you guys once I've done that. Okay, so I would like to quickly apologise while we facelift this car about not having an upload this week on Thursday. School's just been really tough this week, and I've decided to make it up to you guys by giving you an extra video today, which will be releasing 2 hours after this video has come out. Okay, so here we have it, our revised sports car. Now, what I've decided to do is I've decided to use these new headlights, which I feel like I'm going to adopt into every single vehicle we've got. Although they're literally just 2 round headlights and just a nice blinker. I didn't do too much. I just made the car look a bit smarter, a bit more ready for the 80s, and just what I imagine this car would have been if it had actually been made in the 80s. So what we're going to do is we're simply just going to produce this vehicle, pull it through, and just be happy with it. So let's see here. So I don't think we were selling many cars beforehand, so we're not going to do a huge factory, and we are going to pull down the number we can actually produce. So, or yeah, no, we'll stick with about there. Give it a higher QA threshold, and just try and sell the car at a high enough quality to really keep it going. So Reliability, we want to make it a bit more reliable, I think. I'm going to make it a bit more reliable, even if they don't like it, because honestly, I want it to be reliable. So, how does 15,000 sound? How does 15.1 sound? 15.2. So, we'll probably sell it for about 15,200. That looks like it'll be the best price, but the car really starts to die after a couple years, so it may not be the best vehicle for the company, but it is what it is. So let's click to complete the design. We will not have to take out a loan because it's only 48 million. I love being able to say only 48 million. So yeah, I'm going to do the same for the... you know what, I'm going to let the game continue a little bit. So, should still be making good money, so that is incredible how much money we're actually making. So we're easily into 1 billion, which I didn't think we would actually get this far into the game after I saw that that we were going into the bankruptcy. So this is just awesome to see. So there we are. We are currently building a factory on top of making money, which is incredible. So as soon as the regale will be put onto sale, we should be able to see that we're making money again. That is incredible. That is genuinely incredible. So 32 million, which is huge. So let's see if we've already got... do we already have turbos? Yes, so we can now do turbo variants of engines. So on the side, so this engine is scrapped. So this engine is the one I believe we are currently using. No, wait, no, this is the engine that we're currently using. This engine is scrapped. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a facelift of this engine. Do we have electronic fuel injection? Because this is going to take... yeah, we do. Because this is going to take a lot of time to redevelop this engine, which means we can also make these two vehicles... we can also move these two vehicles onto that engine. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into Edit Engine Project, and we're going to create a new facelift. So let's see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to produce a variant, a 1.8 litre turbo. So, but let's see. So we're going to produce a turbocharger. I already have ball bearings. Ooh. And it doesn't change the production cost. So let's lower the... there you go. So did it actually do anything? Oh, it did. Oh, it really did. So we are going to reduce compression even more because apparently compression is bad. And we're going to pull this slight... what else can I do to... oh, because we're using eco. So we're going to go with a single point electronic fuel injection, which makes it even worse. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fiddle around with the engine, and then I'll be back with you guys once I have done that. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Awesome. So now that we have turbos, I am really excited to make some more powerful engines. Now, annoyingly, I can't really make a really powerful engine right now. I only managed to get it just above 100 kilowatts of power, but still super happy. I ended up putting the electronic fuel injection on both the 1.8 litre engines, but kept the eco intake, the eco carburetor on the two smaller engines. So yeah, pretty happy with the way these engines turned out, and hopefully they also sell well with the cars that we sell them with. Okay, so now we have redone all three. Well, we've made the extra turbo engine, and I have also facelifted all of these engines, which will then go into the second vehicle. So I believe this is going to take a stupendously long time, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bigger engine factory because we want to put more cars onto it. Now, that's a lot of tooling for a lot of engines that we will never use. So, well, for a lot of engines, but we'll increase tooling quality by a bit. Actually, that's really expensive to retool that. So yeah, for the time being, I think I'm just going to stick with the large one factory, which is just fine. Now, how long is it going to take? 57 months. I will take 57 months. Now, the other engines I did not touch. So what we'll do is we'll make the engines we'll work on the engines a little bit more, and we will do a bit more manual labor on the engines, I'd say. So total cost, so if we optimize the process just a little bit, I mean 55 months, I'll stay with 55 months, I'm happy with that length of time. So engine factory will be overworked, but we will put these engines into future cars. So we'll deactivate loan, accept, and we are going to, yeah, we're going to facelift these two vehicles. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll be back with you once I've facelifted both the vehicles, and then we can progress into a time where we can actually produce our, hopefully we can sell our new Sposter, revived Sposter. So I'll be back with you guys once I've done that. Okay, so here is really quickly just the facelifted Regale. Just put in the new headlights, lowered the grille a little bit, and made the vents, changed the vents down here to be more modern, so to say, for the times. So yeah, I'm going to do an automatic variant, and then I'm going to also do a turbo variant, and then I'll put the car to sale. Okay, so here we are, and this is just really quickly the facelifted Veteretta with the new engine. Oh no, I've got the old engine there apparently, but I'll put the new engine in there, and then this car will also be put up for sale. The 1.3 litre variant will also be made, so let's hope this vehicle also sells well. The Regale was put up for we should be making decent money on this as well, so hopefully we can get this car to also make us some really nice money. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, just really quickly, the amount of money we will be making with this car, should hopefully be making with this car, is nuts. That is incredible. I am so looking forward to putting this car for sale and seeing how it does. So yeah, let's put it up for sale. Okay, so we've got the two new vehicles now, and no, I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. So let's fast forward the time a little bit. We've also got now the facelifted Razzo coming out in a second. So we do have a turbo variant of the Gente, which is absolutely awesome, which I am genuinely looking forward to seeing become part of the company. And yeah, so we are now making 22 million. We are still making the what you call it, the Regale on the side, so that's what's taking away most of our money. And yeah, so we should be reaching a point where we can now take a look. So yeah, we can now make this van. So what we will do is we will do exactly that. So we do have a problem. I did not think this through. They are using engines that aren't being built yet. Oh no. Oh, I'm so stupid. So okay, so yeah, we're going to have to pause production on this vehicle for the time being until the engine's released. Oh, I'm so stupid. That means we're going to be wasting a few years, but it doesn't matter. What we'll do is we'll design the new vehicle on the side. So we're going to make a new vehicle, delivery, and we are going to use that van body. So this one. We can also use a people carrier. We can also make a people carrier, I mean, on the side as well. So what we're going to do, steel, monocoque steel, front transverse, McPherson struts and semi-trailing arm. So pretty much what we're used to in this company. For the time being, we're just going to put the 1.5 litre. I don't think we're going to do a 1.8 litre. It just doesn't make sense, but we are going to do a 1.5 litre variant of this. So just quickly do that. So now we're going to do a manual 4-speed. About top speed of 170 I wanted to have. So we have an open diff, radial tires, hard long life. 175s are fine. Yeah, the wheels are decent size. Let's pull them out a tiny bit. So what about 30 and 50? That looks just fine. Or 55, maybe even 60. Yeah, we'll stay with 60. We will do solid discs on the front, drums in the rear, because this car isn't going to be so powerful. Now we're going to do a basic interior or standard interior, basic 8-track. And we're going to do no. Actually, should we do power steering? We'll leave it for now. We'll see how it goes. We'll do standard 70 safety, progressive gas, monotube, normal, and they love the vehicle. Hell yes! I mean, we shouldn't get too excited right now because last time we had a van that had a high power competitiveness score. It did not do well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is pull the brake up forwards a little bit, pull the brakes up a lot, quite far forwards, and yeah, just gonna work with this vehicle. We'll also give it a nice design. Hopefully I can come up with something interesting this time, because the 80s and 90s weren't really known all too much for their glamorous designs. I mean, there were some good cars, don't get me wrong, but most of the vehicles that came out at that time are pretty meh, I'll say. Aren't the most exciting in the world. So yeah, let's get to designing this vehicle. Okay, so designing our new Sposter. It was, yeah, I basically it was just trying to keep it in tune with the company, and making sure that it didn't look too out of place in terms of it being a van. Now I'm quite happy with the way this thing turned out. I really can't complain, and yeah, I feel like hopefully this one will sell well, because yeah, I don't want to go bankrupt again, but we do what we need to do, so hopefully this will work out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of this time lapse, which should be done soonish, and yeah, I'll speak to you once I'm done. Okay, so here we have it. We have the facelifted, well, not facelifted, the brand new Sposter, which will be a direct successor to the original Sposter, which almost lost us our company, but hopefully we won't be carrying that kind of luck over into this vehicle. So I have made this people carrier variant, and I have also made a van variant. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately put it up for sale. So we'll need a new factory for that. And where do we want to do it? I think we're just going to stay here. Car factory 4, there you go. So we'll take a medium factory actually. We'll take a medium 2 factory. I think that'll be fine to produce enough vehicles for the time being. It'll be expensive as it is to make this factory, but considering we have the money for it, I am not too worried about it. So annoyingly, I will, as soon as the engine factory is done, we will have to go back into it and turn it into at least a large 2 factory, because we will be needing to produce so many engines to keep up with all of our cars that we will be selling, or all our vehicles, that it'll get to a point where we just need a much bigger factory. So this is already looking brilliant. We are already looking at green numbers now. Like I said last time, we love green numbers, and green numbers are our friend. So we will do what, 7,000 for the van variant and 7,500 for the people carrier variant, or Does it not like it being that expensive? No. So this is looking alright actually. We are looking to make some money off of the vehicle. I mean, 1 billion after 10 years, it's not the most brilliant thing, but after the first couple of years we should have about 400 million made by this vehicle in profits, which I am looking forward to. So, we will sign off on this vehicle. We won't activate a loan because we want to pay for this ourselves. And what we will do is we will wait until this factory is done. So let's carry on with the game right now. We are going to be losing a fair amount of money because over the next few years we will not be selling a single car apart from our sports car here, which is a bit of a stretch considering it's actually losing us money apparently, but we'll see. So the Regale is about to sell out, which is quite sad, which means we won't be making any money off of this vehicle either. We will be making pre-sales, so pre-orders, but we won't be able to sell the cars there. We have to immediately put pause onto this vehicle because we don't have any engines for it. So what's making us all our money at the moment? It's sales for vehicles we do not have, so we will be massively behind when these vehicles release. So as soon as we tick over to when the engine factory is done, what we are going to do is we're going to make this a bigger factory, because as we've now got three different vehicles, three completely different vehicles using the same engine, we'll need to have a bigger engine factory. So, and after, so what now? There you go. Perfect. Pause. Right. So we will go into the engine factory manager, and I believe this is the 6-cylinder variant, this is the 4-cylinder. So we will design and configure the factory for the Mark II, and what we're going to do is we're just going to do a large 2 factory. So we only want to be producing the new versions of the engines, so these last 4 are the only engines we will be producing here. So 250 million, that's fine. I don't know how long it's going to take to build this. Shouldn't be too bad because all it is really a retooling. So now that we've done that, we can now see how long that'll take. Was that instant? No. Oh no, the factory's down here. Ah, okay, so it'll take until just at the end of 1984. So if we just push this along a little bit, we are losing a lot of years here, which is really not great. But sometimes stuff happens which we don't want to happen. So now that the engine factory is done, we can now put this car up for sale. We can put this car up for sale. And I don't think anyone's going to be buying them anymore, but is that 40 million? That is 40 million. Okay, 25 million. That's probably because of all the cars I already previously sold, got pre-orders on. But yeah, now I'm going to leave you guys here. In the next episode, we'll focus on making new versions of the Regale and the Veteretta, probably with, I mean, what sort of bodies have we got? So, yeah, we're going to be replacing the Regale and the Veteretta again, because, I mean, their bodies are now really outdated, and, I mean, we do have these really curvy bodies now. The Razzo might also get replaced at this point with this coupe body. But, yeah, I think I'm probably going to use this body. I do quite like it. It's a shame there aren't longer or shorter wheelbase variants of them, but it is what it is. So, yeah, well, we'll think about it for the next episode. So, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and yeah, it was lovely making this episode for you guys. So, take care, guys. Goodbye.